Hello, Pisces. Welcome to your monthly reading for November 2024. This is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And if you are new to my channel, I'm going to give you the astrological forecast for Pisces. Then I'm going to do your spread. And then after that, I'll break it down week by week. And I'll tell you all the aspects I want you to watch out for, favorable aspects to take advantage of, challenging aspects to just keep an eye on, etc. And then after that, and then I'm going to pull more cards, and then after that, I'm going to do something a little different, okay? A little surprising for y'all. All right, now, November is going to be one of the most important months of 2024. There's so much happening. It is insane. There's so much happening in November. It is going to feel like, I've been saying this in other signs, it's going to feel like, when you're kayaking down a river, well, there's going to be a lot of fun moments. There's going to be moments of momentum. There's going to be some moments this month where you're going to feel like you're coasting a bit. And then it's some areas this month where you're going to have to paddle a little bit more. But either way, there's definitely going to be some opportunities for you to correct course if necessary, if that's what you want. Either way, you're in the rider's seat, okay? You get to choose your path, all right? You get to choose your path on this river of life. Now, you see that we kick off November with a new moon, while we also end November with a new moon. That's right. We have 2 new moons this month. It is going to be wild. Now, so when I talk about plenty of new opportunities, new chapters, progress, well, there you go. Okay. We also, don't forget, we have some retrogrades, and Mercury will also be going retrograde this month. That's going to be a big deal, especially for y'all if you're here for career. Nothing bad, but I'll explain what that means for you, because Mercury in Sagittarius, Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius is a vibe. Now, the other thing is Mercury will retrograde November 25th. So if you live in the US, you know that is the week of Thanksgiving. Plan accordingly. This is also going to be a really, really significant month because we have 5 planets changing signs. That is correct. We have the Sun and Mercury moving into Sagittarius, Mars and Leo. So that brings all that fire that we've been missing. Right? We have been going through a lot of emotional, we've all that water activity we've had the past few months. So emotional, heightened emotions, things that are emotionally charged, even emotionally draining at times. Well, now you got all that fire, and then Pluto is actually leaving Capricorn. The last time we'll have Pluto and Capricorn in our lifetime moving into Aquarius. So that brings some of that air as well. So a lot of fire and air being added to November. So things are going to happen. All right. The last thing, you are definitely, I want you to pay attention to this. Saturn is going direct. So listen, this is going to be big. Okay. Saturn's going direct mid-month. As you know, Pisces, Saturn's in your sign. Really, really big for you. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about it. So, and by the way, there's more on the back here. Okay. On this whiteboard, there's just too much happening this month, and you'll see there's no aspects on this whiteboard. All right, it's all transits, lunations. That's how big this month is, but again, we'll talk about it. Well, let's kick off November 2024 for you Pisces. We kick it off with new moon in Scorpio. That's gonna happen Friday, November 1st. Big deal. Okay, this is going to be really, really, really nice. One of my favorite new moons. Mars is going to be sextile Uranus. Very harmonious aspect here. This is high charged energy. Think of breakthroughs, right? This is very enthusiastic, this new moon. Very passionate, definitely not boring. Now, this new moon in Scorpio is in your area of spirituality, higher mind. I love this new moon for you. Education, a lot of you are going to be learning new things, maybe going back to school, maybe traveling long distance, if not traveling up here of the mind, okay? Seeking that higher wisdom, your higher truths and whatnot, publishing, broadcasting. I would not be surprised if a lot of y'all are going to start writing a book, maybe publish a book, maybe start your own YouTube channel. A lot of potential here. In fact, Saturn, which is in your sign, will be trining this new moon, okay? There's a water trine. Pisces, you're a water sign. You're going to really feel this, okay? With the new moon harmonizing with Mars, and that's in Cancer, Neptune in your sign. So really love this. But what I love about this, it's happening on the first day of November. You get to set the tone for the month here. So don't forget to plant seeds, take action, set intentions to maximize growth. You create your reality, Pisces, okay? Now, you see Mercury moving into Sagittarius. Now, remember, Mercury's going retrograde in Sagittarius November 25th. And then Mercury will go direct December 15th or whatever. Still going to be a Sagittarius. So what does this mean? Mercury is going to be in Sagittarius for until January 2025. Now, this is interesting. Mercury in Sagittarius is a very interesting placement for Mercury because Mercury's all about logic and rationale and the finer details, whereas Sagittarius is all about big concepts, the big picture, philosophy, wisdom. So there is a little bit of a disconnect here with Mercury in Sagittarius. Here's the thing. Sagittarius rules your 10th house of career, fame, public recognition, your reputation, honors, achievements, social status, all of that. So Mercury in Sagittarius, yes, you're going to be having a lot of big, important conversations, possibly. You're going to be thinking a lot about career. If you're not here for career, if you're, let's say, like retired or whatnot, just think about your passions or maybe something that you want to be known for, something that you're putting a lot of energy into. You will likely have philosophical conversations with Mercury in Sagittarius, but definitely studying, learning new things, exploring new concepts, expanding the higher mind. You see the overlap here with that new moon in Scorpio. And don't forget, we are still in Scorpio season. So a lot of you seeking your higher truths, okay? Really, really nice. Your belief system. This is all about becoming wiser. Now, remember how I said Mercury's going to be in shadow? Well, Mercury's moving into shadow a few weeks. I'd say like around like the 7th, 8th, okay? And so what that means is Mercury basically is dipping his toes in that retrograde up until November 25th when it actually goes retrograde. So here's the thing. It's you're going to be reassessing things, okay, when it comes to career or your position or things like that, things that have to do with everything that I mentioned earlier. Now, this may shock you. I like Mercury in Sagittarius, but I really like Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius. If Mercury was to retrograde in any sign, I would say go to Sagittarius, okay? Why is that? It's because Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius, remember, this is all about reassessing things, reevaluating, rethinking. This is let me rethink my belief system. Let me rethink my old belief system. Does that work for me? Does that serve me well? Let me take another look at the big picture of my life. Okay, let me reassess what I want in my life to become wiser. So that's why I like it. Okay, this is all about learning, exploring, thinking, speaking, believing your higher truths. This is what I want. This is what I want as a Pisces. This is my authentic self. Okay, this is my awakening. Awakening is going to be a key word, big keyword for November. Now, why is that? Because Mercury rules Virgo and Gemini, two mutable signs. And then you've got Mercury moving into Sagittarius, mutable sign. Yeah? That's big. That's big. Okay? So, what does this mean? It means you will be willing to adapt to change. Okay? Change that you want. All right? Change that you control. It's never too late to be what you might have been. And that's because we're reassessing things. Okay? Pisces. Very, very, very interesting energy here. It's really, really, I gotta say pretty nice for you, Pisces, because you're a mutable sign too. So you fit this picture. Now, Sunday, daylight savings for anybody that is impacted by that. All right. So remember the clock thing. But the bigger thing here is I'm going to address the elephant in the sky. Mars opposite Pluto. Now, this is happening at 29 degrees, and this is going to be something that you're going to feel really strongly. I've talked about this for weeks, and we're here. Now, one of the reasons why I'm going to harp on this a little bit is because it's not just happening now. We are going to have Mars opposite Pluto in the beginning of January as well. So this is a little bit challenging, okay? And you're going to be feeling it for a few weeks. But you can use it to your advantage. I'm going to tell you how. Mercury opposite Pluto, first of all, remember, power trips, power struggles, a lot of emotions going to be heightened around this time. Mars is in Cancer. Pluto is in Capricorn, all at 29 degrees. It's, we call it an energetic degree. It's just really strong. It's really strong. Now, this is going to be very interesting. I feel like there's going to be other people involved for you. Okay. There's going to be something that has to do with children. If you have children, maybe students, if you're a teacher, it could be even a friend, a group, that you belong to, friendships, maybe not seeing eye to eye with a friend. Okay. There may be something here with what's happening for Pisces. Now, remember I said you can use this to your advantage. Well, Pluto is a planet of power, right? Pluto says, are you going to fear me or are you going to own me, right? Giving you that option so you can own it. You can channel this energy for not only emotional growth, but personal empowerment, okay? Pluto is locking horns with Mars, the warrior god. So what does this mean? Around this time, bears being poked. You're a bear being poked, right? This is being overbearing. This is others being overbearing. This can get very deep, very subconscious too. We're talking about Pluto, right? Pluto is extremes, and Pluto brings those low energy frequencies of Mars out. Remember, emotions are already heightened with Mars in Cancer. So the great thing about this, Pluto is transformation, regeneration, power. Mars is ambition, drive, passion, right? So you can channel this energy to seek your higher truth. And that's a huge theme that's happening for you this month. Okay, Pisces? That's what Pluto is, right? Remember, Pluto he's the ruler of the underworld. That's why I say going deep. So you may be doing some shadow work. You may be doing some shadow work ready to release anything that doesn't serve you well anymore to move into your empowerment. And what is shadow work, Pisces? I mean, it essentially is exploring parts of ourselves that we may repress. It's our subconscious, things that may be a little bit challenging to confront. But Mars is giving you that energy. Pluto's giving you that power. So when you do that shadow work, when you clear those shadows, your light inside you shines. You radiate. So channel this energy constructively for empowerment. Don't let anyone take your power. I've been saying that for weeks. Mars then moves into Leo. You're about to get really busy, Pisces. Okay, Mars is coming in hot. He's moving into a fire sign, Leo. Happy to leave Cancer. You hear the church bells? It's a big sign, Pisces. So Mars moving into Leo, finally, right? Finally. So with that said, Leo rules your sixth house. That's everyday activities. That's work, your work environment, responsibilities, duties when it comes to work. It's also health, wellness, fitness. You're going to feel that charge, action, drive, strength of Mars. That big shift into not only your passions and creativity, love, relationships, children, everything that Leo just generally represents, but everything on a daily basis for you, your routines, like I said, and a lot of focus here on work. Now, it's also Mars in Leo. So you feeling proud of yourself for a lot of things, okay? When it comes to anything that I just mentioned, the other thing, it's Mars in Leo. So yes, maybe some attention focusing on your sex life or sex drive, right? With Mars and Leo. Leo rules this domain. Now, Mars is going to be Leo all month, and then Mars is going to retrograde in December. So yes, Mars will also be in shadow. Okay. But here's the thing. Mars is still in Leo. So that's a great thing. So you may feel a lot more assertive, driven, a lot more expressive around this time. It is your time to shine. It's Leo energy. We're talking about the spotlight, right? So you get to direct the spotlight here. But with Mars in shadow, things can move a little bit at a slower pace. Mars likes to go 120%. Mars in shadow, maybe he's going like 70%, right? So just so there could be some slower action that's happening, but continue to take action, inspired action. You can control your narrative, all right? Go forth with Mars and Leo. Now, Monday, November 11th, Venus moves into Capricorn. So I love this. I absolutely love this energy for you. Really big. You may be feeling a lot of energy in career, fame, your reputation with Venus and Sagittarius for the first 11 days, okay? Things that have to do with love as well, relationships, money, creativity. So what is Venus in Capricorn? Very big shift, very different vibe. It's not bad. I actually love Venus in Capricorn. We'll talk about it more in your weekly forecast. Venus in Capricorn is you taking everything that you desire, everything that brings you pleasure, and now asking yourself, how do I bring structure to this? That's Venus in Capricorn. I'd like to put in the effort. I want to be loyal, dedicated, put trust at the forefront. That's Venus in Capricorn, and Venus will be here all month long. Okay. Now, here's what makes it really great is that Capricorn rules your 11th house, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams. So there's going to be a lot of activity here for you. And also your social network groups you belong to, maybe even social media, if that's a thing for you. But this is all about creating that grounded, practical energy for stability with what your heart desires, with your passions, and everything that I mentioned earlier. Now, Friday, November 15th, we do have that full moon in Taurus. This is kind of a mixed full moon, but think back to May 7th of this year. What was changing in your life? May 7th and the weeks following it, because this full moon corresponds to that new moon in Taurus we had back then, one of the best new moons of the year, especially because it happened right after the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, right? That's every 13 years, so really big. This full moon, there's going to be something illuminated. There's going to be something reaching a turning point. It could be something that has to do with communication. Uranus and Taurus is communication for you. Siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, and neighbors, okay? As well as travel. So just keep that in mind. This full moon will be conjunct Uranus. So Uranus brings those surprises, the unexpected, but it's also breakthroughs, okay? You could have a big breakthrough here. And it goes in theme with what I was saying this month is all about. Awakenings, right? Uranus is the great awakener. So you are waking up. This is a time where you may be waking up to the fact that, yes, perhaps something does have to go with a full moon that brings culmination. Now, that same day, you see Saturn is going direct. Saturn means business, and Saturn is in your sign. So you've been doing a lot of reflecting. You've been thinking a lot. Okay? Here's the thing. Saturn going direct, he's put on his big boy pants, his cowboy boots, he's woken up, and he's asking you, what are the lessons you've learned since I've been asleep, since I've been retrograde, since the end of June, okay? So all summer long, you were thinking, Pisces, you're having big moments in terms of like your responsibilities, maybe even like being disciplined in some capacity. There's everything that Saturn represents, right? So he's asking you, did you pass my test? So there could have been something testing you. And now you are going to feel that drive. And you pay attention, by the way, for, the first week that Saturn goes direct. You're going to feel a lot of those energies, okay? But with Saturn going direct, yeah, he's back in the saddle. And you're going to feel it, all right? Saturn, all about authority. Now, Tuesday, November 19th, Pluto moves into Aquarius. As we know, this is a really big deal. Pluto moved into Aquarius in January 20th of this year, but shortly afterward, in May, went retrograde all the way back to Capricorn. So finally leaving Capricorn, moving into Aquarius permanently for 20 years. 20 years. This is almost like a homecoming for you. Aquarius rules your 12th house. You're the native ruler of the 12th house. Spirituality, intuition, very nebulous area. There's no boundaries, no walls. It's going to be very interesting. I'm not going to talk too much about this because maybe I'll leave a link to the video that I did when Pluto did move into Aquarius. I talked more about that for you, for Pisces. But just prepare for change. This is big, okay? Aquarius is innovation, the radical. You'll see advancements in technology, space, things that Aquarius rules, okay? The humanitarian is the Aquarius energy, communities, the world, the future. Aquarius is the future. And so Pluto's going to be here for 20 years. All right, so we've got time. We've got time to talk about this. Now, Thursday, November 21st, we officially move into Sagittarius season. So now you have Mercury and the Sun in Sagittarius. So the next 4 weeks from this point forward, this is all about your journey, okay? You, especially career, especially how your reputation, fame, everything that I mentioned earlier as part of the 10th house. This is a place where you may be seeking a lot of wisdom as well. Freedom, feeling free. Okay. We're talking about Sagittarius energy. So your philosophies as well as the big picture. Okay. Remember, this is all about the big picture, your awakening. There could be something with legal matters, by the way, when it comes to something with career or work as well. Okay. So remember, you have Mars and Leo too in your 6th house. So you've got that overlap with work and career and daily activities. All right. So just keep that in mind. Now, Monday, November 25th, Mercury will retrograde in Sagittarius. As I mentioned, Mercury retrograde. This is happening until December 15th, but just remember, Mercury retrograde brings delays and glitches in technology, computers, Wi-Fi travel, plane travel, things like that, flights, but communication, okay? Not getting emails, missing appointments, scheduling stuff could go sideways. So just bear that in mind. That is a possibility. You've experienced Mercury retrograde before, okay? So just with emotions behind, just stay frosty, be cool. You're going to be fine. The main thing to focus on here is the re's with Mercury going retrograde. Remember, reassessing, reevaluating, revising, restructuring the way that you see things. And again, with it being in Sagittarius, things that have to do with you wanting to be recognized for what you're doing or your career, something you're passionate about, achievements, wanting to achieve something. So, yes, you're going to be spending a lot of time reassessing things when it comes to that. But also, people from your past can resurface, right? You could revisit some places from the past. Just remember around this time, great time to change your beliefs to fit your big picture, right? As necessary. This is all about your philosophies. Have your awakening. Okay. Now we end the month Saturday, November 30th, the new moon in Sagittarius. Absolutely amazing. This is one of the best new moons, and it's happening on the 30th. So it's happening really late at night, depending on where you live. It could be December 1st. Okay. This, Jupiter, Mars, Uranus, Pluto, every planet pretty much is so harmonious here. With the fact that you have Mercury, the Sun, and now a new moon in Sagittarius, your 10th house of career, just expect big, enormous change. Set intentions, big ones. Remember, big picture with this Sagittarius energy. All right, so Pisces, let's break it down. You see, I wrote a couple aspects. We're going to talk about that later when we break it down week by week. Okay, Pisces. Oh, there goes the. I never know how to do this. You can see me now. Yeah. Okay. It's so weird when I have that whiteboard chalkboard thing here. Whenever I remove it, the light gets brighter. I don't know why, because there's anyway. You know what? I'm Pisces. Let's get to it. Let's see what's going on for you for November 2024. Okay. Woo, Pisces. Pisces, I do a traditional occult cross spread, offers the best overview, and if we need to pull clarifiers, you know we will. Secondly, Pisces, you know I love y'all. You know you're my secret crush. Thank you so much for being here. And the other thing is, yes, I am losing my voice, so hopefully that you can hear me loud and clear, Pisces. Let's do it. Okay. Wow, Pisces. Very interesting. If any of y'all have, like, if you're there's another sign, by the way, that I've already done, and you're getting a very similar spread to that sign. Okay, if you're a cross watcher, you will know what sign that is. But obviously, you're going to be good. Obviously, think you're going to go through some big moments. Let's get it started. You got the tower. So the tower came up in your recent past. So there could have been something that, listen, Mars opposite Pluto. This is why it doesn't mess around. Okay. Don't forget Sun square Mars. Okay. That Sun square Pluto is what we've had these energies. They're strong. Pluto is all about destruction. The tower attributed to Mars. Okay, so just keep that in mind. There could have been something that happened that you saw. You're like, like unfavorable in the moment. Okay, but you know, with the tower, it's all. Listen, what comes after the tower? Well, you got it here, the star, and so it does seem like something had to go. Something. It's like burn it down, build it up. Energy. There's something here where. Something wasn't working. Remember, a lot of this has to do with structures and systems, as I mentioned in this month, your belief systems, reassessing things, how your philosophies, all of that. But there's definitely something that you may have gone through that you saw in the moment that could have been really hard, because you also got the Ten of Swords and the heart of your spread. So with that energy, yeah, there's a little bit of, okay, what's happening here? I feel like that was something that was really hard for me. Okay, but remember, with the Ten of Swords, the card is a card of new dawn. The sun is coming out. The sun is rising. Those dark clouds are clearing. It's a 10. 1 0 equals 1. New beginning. Okay. New dawn, new beginning. And you see the hand gesture here. Same hand gesture as the man in the Six of Pentacles, a very philanthropic man, but also the Hierophant. So it's like blessing. Okay. But blessing in disguise. So this is a blessing in disguise. There's something here that you may have needed to go through, okay, to have this new beginning. And it's something where there could be something here that you were thinking that it was really hard for you. I mean, it's the Ten of Swords, but again, remember, this is the end. As long as you can learn from those experiences to feel empowered, you'll never go through that again. Remember, life is all about cycles. This is saying this cycle is ending and it's never going to happen again. But as long as you take that inspired action to clear the decks, right? Now, you got the Magician in your challenge area. So there's really, honestly, well, two messages coming up for you. The first thing is very clear, is like, if you don't change the way that you're seeing something, it's going to be hard for you to attract the things that you want. Okay. That may be really hard for you to, you've heard about the law of attraction. You've heard of me talk about energy. We're all made of energy. We all vibrate at a certain frequency. You want to vibrate at that high frequency, okay, to attract the things that you want. You've got the Magician in your challenge area. Now, the second thing is there could be someone here that is just not someone that you know that may be mishandling some things that you may be just like, what is going on with you? Someone that could be, like I said, taking away your power as well in some regard, like maybe even like on an emotional capacity, but what just coming through strong for me, which is making you overanalyze things, overthink things, or feeling even like betrayal to a sense. So just keep that in mind, okay? There could be a little bit of trickster energy. All right. So you've got the Queen of Pentacles in your crown. So you are seeking this place of like being able to build this world that you want to live in. Okay. So work with that energy there. That's going to be really nice, especially with the Queen of Pentacles being Capricorn. Okay. You see the sea goat in her throne, but the reason I'm bringing that up is because you've got Venus moving into Capricorn. You've even got Pluto in Capricorn for the first half of the month. That is your 11th house of your hopes and wishes and dreams. Okay. So being able to live in this place where you're not stressing, worrying about not only finances and money, but your physical world, things that are happening in your physical world, because it does seem like you may be a little bit like, remember I said, this is a month where you've got to do some shadow work. You've got to face some fears. Okay. Clearly you see that here with the Ten of Swords. All right. So, and then you've got the Two of Swords where she's wearing a blindfold. She has her back turned to not only the sea, but also the moon. Emotions and intuition. And there's a little bit of resistance here. There's a little bit of like, don't talk to me. Don't like, so listen, make time for yourself. Make time for yourself to have that clarity, that awakening that you need. And then you see, you've got the Star in your future. This, remember, you've got the Tower card 16, you've got the Star card 17. Okay, so it seems like there was something that may have been like a karmic cycle, like I have to experience this to have. This is all about healing and wisdom and the stars aligning for you and faith and having faith in yourself and seeing that faith in the universe, everything working out for you. This is in your future. You are going to be absolutely fine. I'm going to clarify something here. I'm going to see something. Yeah. Okay. So if you can get out of that headspace, if you can get out of that place where it's, the Ten of Swords is again, like feeling very low energy frequency, if you can, make some headspace, right? Get out of that mind space, everything, you're going to be absolutely fine. You're going to be absolutely fine. I mean, you got the Eight of Wands. I want to say again, didn't you get it in your last week's reading? Yeah, you did. Yeah, so the Eight of Wands. And what's really great about the Eight of Wands is if you are here for career, Eight of Wands is attributed to Sagittarius. Not only that, it is attributed to Mercury in Sagittarius. And as we know, Mercury will be in Sagittarius for 2 months. In your 10th house of career, fame, public recognition, reputation. And when I say that, it could literally be the fact that if you're not here for career, a lot of y'all may be with what's happening here. But if you're not, it could just be like you want to be known as like the super mom in your neighborhood. whatever resonates with you. Okay. But you see 801s, movement, action, things moving fast, like things moving in the direction of the star. You're going to be fine, but do that work. Okay. Now let's get to your stuff. Oh my gosh. It is so, let me turn on this light for you. Okay. Sorry, it is, yeah, it is that time of day. I've been doing these hour-long readings, so what time is it? I gotta put my glasses back on too. Um, Okay, yeah, and we are getting to the point of the season where it gets a little bit darker earlier. Anyway, Pisces, y'all don't, I don't need to tell you that. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, tell me what's going on. You know I love hearing from y'all, Pisces, Team Pisces, yes. And I'm not a Pisces, but this is for someone that's very dear to me. If you're new to my channel, and you know I love y'all, my secret crush. Okay, so let's see what's going on, Pisces. Yeah, you're fine. You're good. You're going to be good. Yeah, I mean, I want you to do that work, but you're going to be absolutely fine. You got to, this is also saying, let's do the work, right? You got death. Absolutely amazing. How funny is it too that if you are a cross watcher, you've seen me say in other spreads when this card comes up, this card doesn't come up enough. This is one of my favorite cards. And guess what? We are in Scorpio season with a new moon in Scorpio. You got death attributed to Scorpio. You have Pluto being very active, which is Scorpio's modern ruler. You have Mars being very active, which is Scorpio's traditional ruler. Of course, the death card is going to come up a lot. Anyway, you want change. And what's also just really freaking me out, this is, you're not the second, you're not the third. I think you're you're one of a couple other signs that got this combination. Now, remember I said the sun is coming out in the horizon. Well, you see the sun in the background here, the sun rising as well. The sun, optimism, opportunities. Okay, you're seeking, you're going through this transformation, big transformation. There's something on the other side for you. Okay, the sun, just, oh, that vitality, that growth, all of it. Okay, and the sun is rising. You can see the sun is rising. You see this boat. It's the river, it's moving east. The sun rises in the east. There's a lot of purity here. There's a lot of change here. There's a lot of like setting yourself up for this long shelf life, and but also you see the two towers here. Well, the two pillars, the gray ones, right? So remember, there are some things that you're going to have to get an ice pick, a hammer. Those walls that you've got up here, you need to break down. Let's do it now. Let's do it now. It could even be to something that's happening in your physical world where you're like, okay, I just need to change something about this to move into my empowerment. Now you also got the Hierophant. What I say about that, same hand gesture as a Hierophant. This is just like blowing my mind. So yeah, I mean, you got the Hierophant, but you got the Hierophant in your external factors area. So it does seem like there is going to be someone that's going to be somewhat of a leader, very spiritual energy with the Hierophant, but there could be someone in your life that helps you bring the structure, these kind of like that stability that you're seeking in this really divine way, especially with the Hierophant. Very, very, very nice. Okay. Could even be a message that's coming through for me, like someone like bringing you like a messenger, like big one, or someone that you're learning something from, bringing you all this wisdom. But it is really great energy. Could be coming with a star and the 801s there. Yeah, definitely like a message that moves the needle for you in a direction you need to go. Now, 7 is swords. So, yeah, just be honest with yourself, okay? Some of y'all may not be taking action because you may be creating a scenario in your head for something that you may think is like, okay, I don't want to do this because I'm already thinking about how this is going to turn out. Well, the future hasn't happened yet, okay? And so that's what I'm talking about, going deep in your subconscious, unrooting things. What is the subconscious? It's where we store our memories. You go to a Barnes & Noble, you have a really not great customer experience. You're going to storm out of there and be like, I'm never going to Barnes & Noble ever again, anywhere in the world. Well, that's not fair because it was only that one isolated incident that you had. but it's now deeply rooted in your subconscious. So you've got to do that work, okay? So the other thing is, yeah, it could be something that is deeply rooted where you're just facing your truth. You know, this card is all about like distrust, dishonesty, deceit as well. So there may be something here where, yeah, someone within your world, it could be in a work capacity, it could be in a family capacity that you're just like, okay, like I need to. Side note, I'm aware that someone's doing something a little off and that affects my world. Okay, so let's take care of that. You got the Chariot. Seems like you will. Seems like you got all systems go. You're on. I mean, like, that's amazing with the Chariot. I love this here because you're seeing this. Everything that's happening here is saying, like, I've been going through an experience where things just may not have been as fun as I wanted it to be. Now, F it. I'm going to go have my fun. And I'm going to learn a lot. I'm going to grow a lot. And I'm going to change and transform. And I know that everything's going to work out for me. That's what this is. Chariot, this is someone who's got that willpower, okay? That confidence, that determination. Like, that's all I'm doing is I'm moving forward. Never looking back, okay? Never looking back. Now, let's break it down week by week. Pisces, you're getting me all amped up here. You got, okay, so first week of November, November 1st, we got a new moon in Scorpio. I'm not going to go through all these again. Just remember Mercury moving into Sagittarius and Mars moving into Leo. November 4th, mark this in your calendar. We've got the Sun trine Saturn. This is one of the best days of the month, okay? Best day, not even just days. This is amazing. You're going to feel it listen, this is coming just days after that new moon in Scorpio. Please start something new. Please. This is Saturn. This is trining the sun. This is enormously auspicious, saying you want that new venture. You want that new relationship. Well, I can make this long lasting for you. Take advantage. Remember, Saturn is in your sign, Pisces. Take advantage of this, please. Okay, so let's see what's going on for you. Of course, we'll talk more about it in your weekly forecast, but let's see what's going on for you, Pisces, for the first week of November. You got a lot. You're good. You got a lot to celebrate. Okay. Bringing that fun, that joy. This is a lot of celebration. This is saying like there may be something. Remember how you've got a lot of energy activity with friendships and groups you belong to. And hey, you got a lot to celebrate here. You got a lot to celebrate. There's things happening. Again, family energy could be really strong as well, but great. Okay. Could be something new that you're thinking of launching. I mean, it is a 3. It is a vibration of the Empress. Okay, 3, 1, 2 equals new reality happening during the new moon in Scorpio with the Sun trine Saturn. So there could be something here. There's like lift off. All right, but a lot of joy. I really love that. Second week, Venus does move into Capricorn Tuesday, November 12th. I want you to pay attention to Mercury square Saturn. We're going to have this again in December, but this is something that could be something may happen around this time that is just kind of like pushing you toward the big picture that you see for yourself. All right. It's something that is asking you to have a lot more structure in your life, but it could just be coming through a way of, again, there's something possibly career related here. All right, just keep that in mind. This is going to be, remember, Saturn's in your sign. This is a day where I would advise maybe not sign something on this day. Okay. Now we have the full moon in Taurus, Saturn going direct in your sign. Ooh, and then the sun opposite Uranus. I want you to pay attention to Saturday, November 16th. Okay. Remember, Uranus is in your 3rd house. So there could be sun opposite Uranus is really strong, rebellious energy, right? So there could be something that happens around this time where you hear something or something is communicated to you that's unexpected, but it like inspires you to have a breakthrough. Okay, so we'll talk about that more in your weekly forecast, but let's see what's going on for you, Pisces, for the second week of November. That's the card. Okay. Oh, you got the moon during the full moon in Taurus. Okay, very interesting. Very interesting. Well, listen, the moon in tarot is attributed to you. Okay, it's a Pisces card. It is happening during the full moon in Taurus, where I told you, you know, the sun is going to be opposite Uranus. That's in Taurus just a few days later too. So a lot of energy around communication around that time. But remember, a lot of 3rd house is also thinking logic, processing things, intellect up there. So you could be in your really processing things around that time. Keep that in mind, all right? Trust your intuition. Remember I said intuition is going to make all the difference. That's the moon, right? You see the hermit's face in the moon. So take that time, okay? There may be something that you really, really know that, okay, I really have to face this. I really have to face a fear. I'll even clarify that for you. Yeah, you do that, you're going to be fine. You got the King of Cups, which is all about that emotional stability and self-love, a lot of self-love energy into it. He is the most intuitive king, by the way, so a lot of intuition. Now, third week, Pluto moves into Aquarius and moves into Sagittarius. I do love that on November 21st. That's, you know, when we move into Sagittarius season. We have the Sun sextile Pluto. Again, just something here for you with finances, relationships, money. There is something here. Okay. Let's see what's going on for you for the third week of November. Oh. I don't know why I like you got the Lovers. Yeah, so when I talk about like something here with like relationships and whatnot, hey, there you go. You got the Lovers, but I love that because there's a lot of healing energy there. You see the Sun in this card too, and the Sun only appears in a few cards, by the way, other than the actual Sun card. You're getting the sun. So really great, really great. I love this. So there is going to be this intensity with love and relationships, and maybe even with, and again, that can be like career. Yeah, that can be career. There could be this choice that you have, options, right? Options that you want to take. Like you have the power. You absolutely have the power. Now, a lot of other stuff happening, by the way. A lot of other stuff happening. There could definitely be something with like significant other. Like feeling a shift there. Okay. Now, last week of November, Mercury goes retrograde. Again, oh, I didn't say this. November 27th. Really pay attention to this day. Maybe mark this in your calendar when the sun trines Mars. Oh, wow. This is really special. We'll talk about it more in your weekly forecast, but just think about the sun blasting all this energy, this life force into the planet of action. This is just feeling alive. A lot of physical energy too, like physical endurance is really strong here. Very, very like you are ready. You're gonna Forrest Gump it. All right. You want to run cross state. Okay. Whatever you want. All right. Now and then we've got the new moon in Sagittarius. Really love this one for you, especially if you are here for fame or career. Okay. Now let's see what's going on for you for the last week of November. All right, so you're good. Remember, pay attention to the sunshine Mars, and I say that because you got the King of Wands. Remember, Mars is in Leo, 6th house, everyday activities, work. There could be a big shift. The King of Wands is the entrepreneur, which is really nice. Epitome of fire here. This is a lot of passion, a lot of transformation, a lot of like, I'm at the top. He's an entrepreneur, but again, if you're not here for work, this is just like being on top of your passions and, feeling that energy. Like you can't sit still. Like there's so much happening and you feel really excited about what's happening in your life. So let's break it down. Okay. So what I'm going to do for you now is I'm using a different deck, and it is going to be, I'm breaking it down by 4 themes for the month because November is so big, and we want to see if there's any overlapping cards. So the first thing we're going to start off with is career. Okay, so career, profession, all of that. And again, if you're not here for career, just whatever you are passionate about or what you're exerting your energy into, that, what you want recognition for or whatnot. All right, so let's see what's going on for you for career. You got temperance. Okay. Really great. I love that. I love that. The reason why this is so insane is temperance is attributed to Sagittarius. Remember, Sagittarius rules your 10th house of career, fame, public recognition, honors, achievement. So really great. You're going to be fine. Everything's working out in your favor. You just got temperance, okay? So temperance is, having that self-restraint. Like, it's patience is what it is. Remember, Mars and Leo, you want to be patient about things that, should things be going a little bit slower than you want, but you've got so much career activity with all this Sagittarius energy. Really great, okay? This is saying, yeah, you're on a path. You're going to get there, okay? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about stressing or any of that. Ask yourself, has, stressing or worrying about anything done anything good for me at all in my entire life? No, it hasn't. So, second, we're going to take a look at love. Let's see what's going on for you for love. Oh, wow. You got the devil. Okay. So right? The devil is, the devil's an energy vampire, and the devil is just represents everything that you think that the devil would represent, including codependency or pessimistic thinking or, bad, like vices, bad behaviors, obsessions, addictions, all of that, all associated with the devil. So remember what I said, there's going to be a lot of going deep, subconscious work, like shadow work, energy work. That's what the devil is, doing that shadow work. Okay. Doing those things that you recognize, I don't want this in my life anymore. It could even be, because this is all about love. Remember, with the Rider-Waite, okay, the Waite-Smith, there's the devil with the two people from the lovers chained to the devil. Okay. So keep that in mind, breaking free from those chains. And it's even like, maybe you are in a friends with a benefit situation, right? But you deep down inside truly want a relationship. You want like real, you want like love. So that's what I'm saying. Like, identify what do you want? What do you want? What are the, make those choices that are just going to be serving you better. Now, thirdly, health. Okay. So when I say health, wellness, fitness, as well as mental health. That's the ticket. Okay, so you got the star. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so don't stress. Remember, the star is all about faith. Having faith in yourself. What is faith? It's trust, okay? Trusting in the universe, trusting everything's working out for you, but trusting yourself to trust that, okay? You're going to be fine. So health, fitness, wellness, mental health, all of that, okay? Don't be like overdoing things with Mars and Leo. Remember, Mars and Leo is your sixth house. I mentioned this. Health, wellness, fitness, but you're going to feel active. You're going to feel good. You're going to want to go do that run from Tennessee to Vegas or whatever it is. Now, the last card is, and things that you want happening for you, of course, is a star. Now, the last card, I call it the pay special attention card. Okay, so we're going to pay special attention to this card. If I can do mine. Well, that card didn't want to go back in. Ah, interesting. Judgment. Okay. I like that, actually. I like that for you. Very nice. Very nice. Especially because when we look at these four cards that break it down by some of these themes, they're all major arcana. Okay. You see, you've got a ton of those too, right? So very significant month for you. Judgment. This is having that spiritual awakening that I was talking about. Okay. This card actually is attributed to Pluto. So a lot of this could have to do with the fact that you could just have a very intuitive month, a month where you are like borderline psychic, like things just make sense to you. But again, a lot of that is going to be going deep, but also your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, all of that with Pluto being in Capricorn for the first half of the month, because Judgment attributed to Pluto. And then you've got the star here, all about your hopes, your wishes, your dreams. So really go deep, know what you want, let go of the things that don't serve you well, and just know things are moving in your favor. Things are probably going to move really fast with that Eight of Wands and the Chariot. You're good. You're absolutely good. A very long reading, I know, but I really wanted to give you the heads up because it is a really important month, Pisces. You're going to be fine. You're going to be great. Pisces, thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Let me know what's going on. Next week, we're going to break it down. We're going to go deeper into these aspects, okay? It really, truly could be a very... like judgment, I would really pay attention to. You know, this is the card where it is having that aha moment, like really understanding like what I want moving forward, especially based on a lot of things that are happening in your physical world that could really inspire you to really go deep or trust your intuition more. That's something that I'm feeling for you anyways. Okay. Now, the other thing is you have both your ninth house and your 12th house really activated this month. Okay. So again, spirituality, your belief system, how you see things. So you're just naturally maybe doing that already. Okay. So Pisces, thanks so much. All right. I'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye bye.